Now let's cover a couple of things that are useful for dealing with larger amounts of text. So, as usual, let's see where we are and what is in that directory. And in this case, we're going to use VI, and we're going to create a file called large text file. So when we go to VI, initially it puts us into command mode, so we can't actually type anything in here. But if we want to insert text, you press I, and that takes you to insert mode. And now you can type text here. Now if you hit escape, it'll take you back to the command mode, and you can go up and down, and there's a number of different functions it has. One of the ones to be aware of is that if you hit D twice, it deletes the line. So here we deleted 2 lines, and maybe we want to add one of those back in. Just go back to insert mode. And let's say we're done and we want to save it. We use the colon to let VI know that we're going to give it a command. And W is for write, which basically just means save. And then Q is to exit. Now let's say we forgot we were in command mode and accidentally just deleted everything. We wouldn't want to save that, so we would want to quit without saving. But if you do that, VI complains. So the way to force quit without saving is Q exclamation point. And here, if we take a look at what is in the file, it's back to the original data unsaved. Now, let's actually make this a large text file. I'm just going to copy a bunch of random text from the homework assignment, the homework repository. And on a Mac or a Linux system, you can go into insert mode and just use the regular paste button to paste text. And I think I've pretty much put in a whole bunch of random text there. So to quit out of here, we can actually give it 2 commands at once, WQ, and it will save and quit. And here, if we are just curious, how much did we actually paste in there? Let's see how many lines there is now. There's about 400 random lines of the same text over and over. So if we use cat to take a look at that, it will print out all 400 lines, which we might not want. In most cases, when you have a really big file, you don't want it printing out hundreds or thousands of lines. So what we can do here is, if we just want to see what's at the top of the file, we just use head, and that'll give us the first 10 or so lines. If you want to see the first, let's say, 100 lines, head -n to tell you're going to give it a number of lines, and that is the first 100. Let's say we want to make sure that this was actually giving us 100 lines. We can take the previous command and pipe it into word count, which will basically count the lines for us, and we see that is 100 lines. So maybe we want to go through the file and scroll through it. So the older command is more and this basically lets us page down, but we can't page up. We can press Q to quit out of it, but we're pretty limited on only being able to see a page at a time, won't be able to go forward. So to solve that issue, there's also a command called less, which lets us page up, but it also lets us scroll up and down. So we can scroll all the way down to the bottom and still be able to scroll up. And to get out of here, you use the just enter Q. And the difference between more and less is that more left all of the text that it typed up here, whereas less hides it after you exit. So depending on what you're trying to do or why you're looking at what's in a file, one or all of these may be useful.